Today on Veteran Stand Up, I'm talking with Army veteran and founder and president of Boots to Books, Peter Cline. Well, thanks for being with us today, Peter.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, well, let's start at the beginning. Tell us about the mission of Boots to Books.
Definitely. Yeah. So, at its core, Boots to Books' mission is to provide comprehensive support to the entire military community through their education and employment hunt, ultimately, with them landing their dream role.
And I think the one thing that caught my attention early on when I first met you was you pay for the textbooks.
Yep. Every semester since we've been founded.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, what motivated you to start it?
Definitely. Yeah. So, when I transitioned out of the Army, I had some various accolades, had these great leaders that had gotten me into really great positions in the military. But as I transitioned out, I expected that success in the service to carry over to fantastic civilian role and a great higher education institution. And while that service definitely enabled me to do those things, it required a lot of translating and a lot of things that I didn't know how to do. And it required me reaching out for help to Aubrey Sign, now the co-founder of Boots to Books, to get help with all these things. And I realized that really holistic and personalized support that he gave me, especially towards a competitive education, employment opportunities that weren't directly aligned with what I did in the service, was needed for more people. The really holistic approach he took with me was so helpful, and it resulted in a lot of great things for me. Getting into my dream school, getting to work in some really interesting roles. But I saw so many of my fellow service members, their families, needing that same support and not knowing where to go. And so we started Boots to Books in December of 2020 to try and replicate that help he gave me.
Now, I know you're focusing on employment too, but I really want to talk about the education program. Tell us about the education programs and the support you provide.
Definitely. Yeah. So there's, I guess, two sides of it, the higher education portion and the professional certification. So I'll focus on the higher education side. So we'll start right when somebody's looking to apply to school in the first place. If they're applying to college, we can get them help with their application. And if the school won't waive that application fee, we'll pay for it. Moving into their education, when it comes time to buy textbooks, like you alluded to in the beginning, the $500 stipend you get at the beginning of every semester can be washed up by one class for a lot of people. I know for myself, it took two classes and I was taking 5 to be completely through the education or the textbook stipend. And so what we do is we open a really easy application for people to fill out. They'll submit service verifying documentation and a syllabus and a little bit about what they're pursuing in their higher education. And we'll cover that deficit between their benefits and the cost of their textbooks. We actually have yet to have someone apply in the entire time we've been doing this and not get some form of assistance with their textbooks. And so that's been really great. I mean, the last thing we want is people focused on a financial burden when they're about to start their courses at the same time.
Well, that's awesome. Well, speaking of which, how could a viewer find out more to apply for financial assistance for their textbooks? How do they do that?
Definitely, yeah. So if they go to boots2books.com, there's a sign up form there where they can sign up, get some more information on us, or they can just email info@boots2books.com. We respond really quickly, and we're happy to answer any questions if they just want to learn more about our programs.
And if someone's compelled by what you're doing, is there the ability to donate to, have money for folks who need it for their books?
Definitely, yeah. So on our website, there's a donation portal, but also if they want to do something more personalized, they want to donate in a restricted manner, so they want it just to go to one specific thing, they can reach out to info@boots2books.com and we can actually structure that donation however they'd like if they don't want to do the traditional portal.
Well, that's great. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks so much, Paul.